page 300, full stage revision. Okay,
Mm.
so let's start from where you ended. Ready? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What's the furthest you've ever swum? What's the furthest you've ever swum? The furthest I've ever swum is
The
the furthest I've ever swum.
I'm mm,
Okay, one moment. Let
I'm
me let me reconnect. Okay, one more. The
okay.
furthest
The hard
I've
the
ever
hardest
swum
every swam
is
is
100 meters, 200 meters.
ah
You swum
it's 25 meters.
25 meters. Very good. Is it possible to learn English simply by listening to English songs? Is it possible to learn English simply by listening to English songs? No,
No,
it isn't
it
possible
isn't
to learn
possible
English
to learn
simply
English
by listening
simply by
to
listening
English songs.
to English song.
Very good. Have you ever taken things that weren't yours by mistake? Have you ever taken things that weren't yours by mistake? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've sometimes
I
taken
sometimes
things
taking
that
things
weren't mine
that was
by
my
mistake.
my mistake
By mistake.
by mistake.
Very good. Have you shaken anybody's hand
Have,
today? Have you shaken anybody's hand
have
today?
been
Yes or no?
ah no,
I haven't shaken
I haven't shaking
anybody's hand
anybody
today.
hand today.
Have you written anything this lesson? Have you written anything this lesson? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've written
I've written
something this
something
lesson.
this lesson.
Very good. What does the word weather mean and when do we generally use it? What does the word weather mean and when do we generally use it? The word
The
weather
word
means
weather mean
the same as if,
the same as
and we
and
generally
with generally
use it when
use it with
we express a
with
doubt.
express an
A doubt.
adult.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. I don't know
I don't know
whether he can speak
whether he
English.
can speak in English.
Speak English or not.
We speak English or not.
Do you know whether I have any money in my pocket? Do you know whether I have any money in my pocket? No, I
No,
don't know
I
whether
don't know
you
whether
have any money
you have
in
any
your pocket.
money in your pocket.
Do you have any idea whether they speak German or not? Do you have any idea whether they speak German or not? No, I
No,
don't have
I don't
any
have
idea
any
whether
idea
they speak
whether they speak
German or not.
German or
German or not.
German or not.
Very good. What's another use of the word weather? What's another use of the word weather? Another use
Another
of the
use
word
of
weather
the word
is when
is
what
where
of the word
up
weather.
up.
One more. Another use
Another
of the
use
word
of the word
weather
weather
is when
is when
two possible actions
two possible actions
have the same result.
have the same result.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Whether it
Whether
rains tomorrow
it rains
or
tomorrow
not,
or
I'll
not,
go for a
a
walk.
go or a walk.
Wait, what's the difference between these two sentences? I'm going to buy the car if it's cheap, and I'm going to buy the car whether it's cheap or not. What's the difference between these two sentences? I'm going to buy the car if it's cheap, and I'm going to buy the car whether it's cheap or not. The difference between
It, it, it is
what?
between
The difference between
difference between
those two sentences
those two
is that
sentences
the first
that the
sentence
first
means
sentences
I'm going to buy
I'm going to
the
buy
car
the
only
car
if it's
only
cheap.
if it
If it's cheap.
cheap,
Whereas the
whereas
second sentence
the
means
second sentence
I'm
means
going to buy
I'm
the
going to
car
buy the
if
car
it's cheap
if it's cheap
or expensive.
or expensive.
The price
The
Is
price
not important.
is not important.
Very good. What is the highest speed a car can go when in town in your country? What is the highest speed a car can go when in town in your country? The highest speed
The highest
a
speed
car can
a
go
car can go
when in town
when in
in
town
my country is
in my country is
60 kilometers,
six, hmm?
60 kilometers
60
per
kilometers
hour.
per hour.
Very good. Do you like unpleasant surprises? Do you like unpleasant surprises? No, I
No,
don't like
I don't like
unpleasant surprises.
unpleasant surprises.
But does it surprise you when somebody from another country speaks your language well? Does it surprise you when somebody from another country speaks your language well? Yes, it
Yes,
surprises me
it surprises
when
me
somebody
when
from
somebody
another country
from another country
speaks my language well. Speaks, speaks my
speaks
language
speaks my language
well.
well.
Very good. Is it a big struggle for you to get up on a cold winter's morning when you feel very tired? Is it a big struggle for you to get up on a cold winter's morning when you feel very tired? Yes, it's a
Yes,
big struggle
it's big struggle
for me
for
to
me
get up
to get up
on a cold
or cold
winter's morning
winter
when
morning
I feel
when I
very
feel
tired.
very tired.
Very good. Do you sometimes struggle to understand people when they speak English quickly? Do you sometimes struggle to understand people when they speak English quickly? Yes, I
Yes,
sometimes
I
struggle
sometimes
to
struggle
understand
to
people
understand
when they
people
speak
when they speak
English quickly.
English quickly.
Very good. What surrounds your building? What surrounds your building? Some buildings
Some buildings
surrounds my
surround
building.
my building.
Very good. When did soldiers stop using swords in battle? When did soldiers stop using swords in battle? Soldiers stop
Soldiers
using swords
stop using
in
swords
battle
in
more
battle
than
more
a
than
hundred years ago.
100 years ago.
Where do you think computer makes your life easier or more difficult? Do you think computers make your life easier or more difficult? I think
I
computers
think
make my
computers
life
make my life
easier.
easy,
Easier.
easier.
Where do you often use the internet for finding information? Do you often use the internet for finding information? Yes or no?
Yes,
I often use
I often
the
use
internet
the
for
internet
finding
for
information.
finding information.
Do you like shopping on the internet? Do you like shopping on the internet? Yes or no? I
Yes,
like shopping
I like
on
shopping
the internet.
on the internet.
What are some of the most popular websites in the world? What are some of the most popular websites in the world? Some of the most
Some of the most
popular websites
popular
in the
websites
world are
in the world are
Google,
Google,
Yahoo,
Yahoo,
Amazon, etc.
Amazon, etc.
Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're turning the light
You are turning a light
on and off
on
and
and
off.
off.
Very good. Do you turn off your computer when you go to bed at night? Do you turn off your computer when you go to bed at night? Yes or no? I
Yes,
turn off
I
my
turn off
computer
my
when I
computer
go
when
to
I
bed
go
at night.
to bed at night.
Very good. What does the word great mean? What does the word great mean? The word great
The word great
generally means
generally
very
means
good,
very good,
but it can
but it can
sometimes mean
sometimes
big
mean big
or important.
or important.
Give me an example of the word great meaning very good. Give me an example of the word great meaning very good, please. This film
This
is
field
great.
is great.
I know
I
a
know
great restaurant
a great restaurant
near here.
near here.
Very good. Do you think it's who do you think is your greatest friend? Who do you think is your greatest friend? I think
I
my
think
greatest
my
friend
greatest friend
is
is Kyoko.
Very good. Tell me the names of some great people in history. Tell me the names of some great people in history. The names
The
of
names
some great
of some
people
great
in
people
history
in
are
history are
Mahatma
yeah,
Gandhi,
Mahatma Gandhi,
who? Albert Einstein,
Einstein,
etc.
Albert Einstein, etc.
Well, who do you think was the greatest man that ever lived? Who do you think was the greatest man that ever lived? I think
I think yes, Tokugawa
was the greatest man
was greatest man
that ever lived.
that ever lived.
Which is the greatest city in your country? Which is the greatest city in your country? Tokyo is
Yes,
the
Tokyo.
greatest city
This the greatest
in
city
my country.
in my country.
Very good. Okay. What is the past simple and the past participle of the verb to keep? What is the past simple and the past participle of the verb to keep? The past simple
The past
and
simple
the past
and
participle
past
of the
participle
verb
of the
to
verb
keep is kept.
to keep
Is kept.
to keep is kept.
Have you ever kept any animals at home? Have you ever kept any animals at home? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've kept
I kept
some animals at
some
home.
animal at the home.
What's the opposite of to keep a promise? What's the opposite of to keep a promise? The opposite
Is opposite
of to keep
of to
a
keep.
promise is
A promise
to
is
break a
to
promise.
break promise.
Have you always kept your promises? Have you always kept your promises? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've always
I
kept
always
my
keep
promises.
my promises.
Well, what is the past simple and the past participle of find? What is the past simple and the past participle of find? The past simple
The past
and the
simple
past
and the past
participle
participle
of find is
of
found.
find is found.
Did you find English very difficult when you began studying it? Did you find English very difficult when you began studying it? Yes, I found
Yes,
English
I found English
very difficult
very difficult
when I began
when I began
studying it.
studying.
Have you ever found anything on the street worth a lot of money? Have you ever found anything on the street worth a lot of money? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've found something
I found
on
something
the street
on the street.
worth a lot of
Mm,
money.
a lot
Worth,
of the money
worth
was
a lot of
was
money.
a lot of money.
Very good. What else do people do in the evening besides watching TV? What else do people do in the evening besides watching TV? People eat,
People eat,
read,
read,
go for walks
go for a walk
in the evening
in the evening
besides watching
beside
TV.
watching TV.
Do you study anything else besides English? Do you study anything else besides English? Yes or no? I
Yes,
study
I
something
study
else
something else
besides English.
besides English.
What else do you study? What
What
else do
else?
you study? I also study.
I also study
What else do you study? Um,
in study history.
History. Very good.
History.
Does anybody else in your family speak English besides you? Does anybody else in your family speak English besides you? Yes or no?
Yes,
Somebody else
somebody else
in my family
in my family
speaks English
speaks English
besides me.
besides me.
Very good. What does the word fast mean? What does the word fast mean? The word fast
The what has
means the
meaning
same as
the same
quick
as
or quickly.
quick or quickly.
Are you a fast writer? Are you a fast writer? Yes or no?
No,
I'm not a fast
I'm not
writer.
fast writer.
Me neither. Do you walk fast when the weather is very hot? Do you walk fast when the weather is very hot? Yes or no? I
Yes,
walk fast
I walk
when the
fast
weather
when the
is very
weather
hot.
is very hot.
Very good. Okay, do you go dancing very much? Do you go dancing very much? Yes or no?
No,
I don't go
I
dancing
don't go
very
dancing
much.
pretty much.
Is it easier to dance well if you have a good sense of rhythm? Is it easier to dance well if you have a good sense of rhythm? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier
it's
to dance
easier
well
to dance
if
well
you have
if you
a good
had
sense
a good
of rhythm.
sense of reading.
Do you prefer dancing to fast or slow music? Do you prefer dancing to fast or slow music? I prefer dancing
I prefer dancing
to
to
fast or slow. Slow
slow,
music.
slow music.
Me too. Very good. What are the three forms of do? What are the three forms of do? The three forms
The three
of
forms
do
of
are
do
do, did,
are do,
done.
did, done.
What what does the word just mean? What does the word just mean? The word just
That was just
can mean a short time
me
ago,
a short time
and
ago,
it can
and
also
it can
mean
also mean
simply or only.
simply of only.
What have I okay, next. What have I just done? What have I just done? You've just
You just
closed your book.
close your book.
Have you just come into the classroom? Have you just come into the classroom? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've just come
I will just come
into the classroom.
into the classroom.
When somebody makes you angry, do you say something or do you just stay quiet? When somebody makes you angry, do you say something or do you just stay quiet? When somebody
When
makes
somebody
me angry, makes me angry,
makes me angry,
I just stay quiet.
I just stay quiet.
Very good. Are there many shops in the place where you live or just a few? Are there many shops in the place where you live or just a few? There are
There are
mhm, many stores, many shops, or just a
there,
few? There are many
yes,
uh,
there are many
shops
shops
in the place
in the
where
place
I live.
where I live.
Have you ever seen a real tiger? Have you ever seen a real tiger? Yes or no? I've
Yes,
seen
I'm
a real
seeing
tiger.
a real
Is
tiger.
James Bond a real person? Is James Bond a real
If
person?
James,
No.
yes, no,
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 no. James Bond
no. James Bond
isn't a real person.
isn't a real person.
Very good. Is it probable that it will snow next summer? Is it probable that it will snow next summer? No. It
No,
isn't
it
probable
isn't
that
probable
it will snow
that it will snow
next summer.
next summer.
It's very improbable.
It's very improbable.
Are you probably going to finish all of the stages of the Callan method? Are you probably going to finish all of the stages of the Callan method? Yes. I'm
Yes,
probably
I'm
going to
probably
finish
going to
finish
going to finish
all of the stages
all of stages
of the Callan method.
of the Callan method.
Very good. Okay, next. When do we use the first conditional? When do we use the first conditional? We use
We
the first
use
conditional
the past
to
conditional
communicate
to
that we
communicate
think
that we
something
think
is
something
a real possibility.
is real possibility.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. If he sees
If he
his
sees
friend,
his
he
friend,
will say hello. He
if
will
we
say hello.
say hello,
When do we use the second conditional? When do we use the second conditional? We use
we
the second
use
conditional
the second
to
conditional
communicate
to
that
communicate
we are only
that we are only
imagining something.
imagination,
Imagining something.
imagining something.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. If they were stronger,
If they were
they
stronger,
would be able
they would be
to
able
lift the table.
to lift the table.
If she went
If she went
to the North Pole,
to the North Pole,
she would feel
she would feel
very cold.
very cold.
If you feel tired tonight, will you go to bed early? If you feel tired tonight, will you go to bed early? Yes. If I
Yes,
feel, if I feel
if I feel
tired tonight,
I tonight,
I will go to
I
bed
will go to bed
early.
early.
If you felt ill tomorrow, would you go out? If you felt ill tomorrow, would you go out? No. If I
No.
felt
If I felt
ill tomorrow,
ill
I
tomorrow,
wouldn't go out.
I wouldn't go
I
out.
would stay at home.
I would stay at home.
Well, if you study hard, will you learn to speak English well? If you study hard, will you learn to speak English well? Yes. If I
Yes,
study hard,
if I study
I will
hard,
learn
I will
to
learn
speak English well.
speak English well.
If you stop studying, would your English get better? If you stop studying, would your English get better? No.
No,
If I stop
if I
studying,
stop
my
studying,
English
my
wouldn't get
English
better.
wouldn't get better.
It would get worse.
It, would be
It would get
would get
worse.
worse.
If you had 1 million pounds, what would you buy? If you had 1 million pounds, what would you buy? If I had
If I had
1 million pounds,
1 million
I would
pounds,
buy
I would buy
what, a big house, a mansion,
um,
or a car,
world trip.
a world trip. Very good.
World trip.
If you came here next Sunday, would you be able to have a lesson? If you come here next Sunday, would you be able to have a lesson? No.
No,
If I came
if
here
I came
next
here
Sunday,
next
I
Sunday,
wouldn't be
I
able
wouldn't be able
to have a lesson.
to have a lesson
Why not? Why not? Because the school
because this school,
is closed on Sundays.
this closed
Mommer,
Sunday
because the school
because the
is
school
closed
is
on
closed
Sunday.
on Sunday.
If you swam in the sea in the middle of winter, would you find the water warm? If you swam in the sea in the middle of winter, would you find the water warm? No. If
No,
I swam
if I
in the
swam
sea
in
in
the
the
sea
middle of
in the
winter,
middle of
I
winter,
wouldn't find
I wouldn't
the water warm. I wouldn't find
wouldn't find
the water warm.
the water warm.
I would find it
I would find
cold.
it cold.
If you go on holiday next year, where will you go? If you go on holiday next year, where will you go? If I go
If I
on
go
holiday
on
next
holiday
year,
next
I will
year,
go to
I will go to
where? Okinawa.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, very good. If you found something in the street worth a lot of money, would you keep it or would you take it to the police station? If you found something in the street worth a lot of money, would you keep it or would you take it to the police station? If I found
If
something
I found
in the
something
street
in the street
worth a lot of
worth
money,
a lot of
I would
money,
take it
I would take
to the
him
police station.
to the police station.
If you sent a letter and forgot to put the address on it, would it arrive? If you sent a letter and forgot to put the address on it, would it arrive? No.
No,
If I sent
if I
a
sent
letter
a letter
and forgot to put
and forgot to put
the address on it,
the address on it,
it wouldn't arrive.
it wouldn't arrive.
Very good again. That's the end of stage 4 for stage revision. We start stage 5 now. Very good. Okay, so let's start stage 5, new work.
Oh, yes.
Very good. Okay, repeat. Chat.
Prac
One more. Chat.
chat
Online.
online.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word chat is a verb. It means to talk to someone in a friendly way. For example, I chat with my friends on the phone. Online is an adjective. It means using the internet. For example, we go online when we have our class. We sometimes have a chat with friends online. Okay, so let's practice. Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? I prefer chatting
I prefer
with
chatting
my friends.
with my friend
Where? On the phone or
on
online?
on
Online.
online
Why? Why? Because it's
because
easier.
it's easier.
Very good. Okay, so